Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Mega Bucks. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm messing my name up, but shouts out, to Grind or Starve. Way of life for the shirt, and I can't remember exactly where they're from, but I met them up in Somerville. We chopped it up, and I told them I would shoot. I tagged them, matter of fact, and on my Instagram. But we here today to talk about, Taylor hit me up, Brad hit me up, but just the history of Charleston rap. And I've been doing this for a long, long time, since the mid 80s, late 80s, and got to really be known. I go back, as far as cassettes. A lot of cats don't even know what this is. Like, this is the era I came from, cassette tapes. And this was 99 cassette, OZOG. Being a part of 263, one of the biggest selling independent groups, I guess you could set us a group at the time, our label, in South Carolina. Other than serving Mike Irvin out of Columbia, which is Big Bro, excuse me, y'all. But I'm here to pay homage to the guys who paved the way for me before 263 Records. And that would be one off the top of my head, what I would credit them for being the first cats that I know of. If anybody watching this video might know somebody before them, before the 80s, that had a cassette press, or was Skip Ski and Double D. As I remember them opening for Heavy D. Anybody big who came through, they was opening. They was actually on tour with Heavy D and the boys. And just knowing Skip was from the project, and I think Double D was from Ackerby. R.I.P. to Double D, because he's gone. But they made it possible for me to even believe that I could rap. Just seeing cats that you was familiar with. And at that time, that era was more East Coast based. And I fast forwarded a little bit to 1995. Shouts out to Infinity the Ghetto Child and T-Bucks. But at that time, they were a group called Bad Apple. And I remember I was just getting out of prison, and I was in Ardmore. I remember Infinity had the box of tapes. They was taking out, just I got it from Dust Makers. I think it was Dust Makers, something like that. They just I got the tapes, and they was in Ardmore slinging the tapes. I remember they had a song they supposed to have gone to Atlanta to get signed. Something had happened, but these guys were the guys who paved the way for your 263 Records, for your Dinos, and the next wave of people that came, because I want to say 1999 was us, the product, Firstborn, and I think everything else behind that was 2001, maybe 2002, because I know Mob House, R.I.P. to the homie Jimmy Blind and Mob House Records, the stuff that they did, their significance in the game. Two-Tone, because he probably one of the first, like, reality gangster rap cats that I heard, before. Like I said, all this was pre-Dino Maul, because Maul and Dino Taylor, everybody would have been the third wave. Because you had cats in the 80s, late 80s, then you had cats in the 90s, mid-90s, and then you had your 2000 cats who came out in 2000 that was dropping records. Then you had your 2010, then you got the generation 2020. Man, Charleston has so many different sounds, it's so unique, and you have to pay homage and salute history, because even the product, in 99, the product, JD Hogg and TR Flow, they dropped the same year as us, so all us would be 99. And you had the flavor that spawned the Carolina Pathfinders, because all that era was after. You had Royal Quality in the 80s, Westwood and them, they had a group, I can't remember Westwood gonna kill me, and Trivia them, Get Busy Girls, like more like a dancing group. But hip-hop, everybody was more East Coast based up until 99. Or East Coast, you either was on some gangster, what was similar to the West Coast, Midwest, or you was East Coast until 99. When we hit, the similarities to Cash Money, everybody was like, okay, they similar to Cash Money, but we really wasn't. we was with Cash Money before our album dropped, just touring with them. You know, they was learning our slang and everything, and they had a machine behind them, so a lot of things we said, a lot of mannerisms, a lot of things we did, they was able to put it out for the public to see and get credit for. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that was happening again because we really didn't know. You know, we were just street dudes trying to make this rap thing happen. You know, when I met Servant Mike Irvin, who's out of Columbia, who was one of the biggest selling artists, that we went on our first tour actually with him. You know, do all the towns, little small towns in South Carolina. He taught us a lot of the game. Shout out to Big Bro. You know, it was a lot of rappers, man. There's so many rappers. You had your pop shops. You had Bubble Down. Yeah, man, it was a lot of rappers, man, and not as much as now. You know, because when you went in the record store, you know who was who, and you know everybody. Like when T Car Prison Time and 263, we was pretty much fading away. Marlon was coming. Dino was coming. Domino. Dino was coming with Domino. Marl was coming with the Akadonkey. You know, Taylor with the Prerogatory. You know, everybody had their wave, but the mistake of rappers from the era of old up until, I want to say 2012, 13, is nobody was really hitting at the same time. And nobody thought, because everybody wanted to be the king, nobody thought to, you saw the other cat coming who was behind, you saw him coming, but they wouldn't take the time and remix a song with him. Like, you know how hot Akadonkey would have been with Taylor on it, or Dino on it, but they was going through their little things, you know. Even Junior G, you know, Maul was probably like the LL Cool J of the city because he had a lot of people attacking him. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, but you know, I say shouts out to Infinity, the Ghetto Child. I remember him and Bless, and he dropped his solo album. You know what I'm saying? Pain. Man, it was a lot of records, man. There's so many records for me to remember, but you gotta pay homage to these guys because these guys were really, before my solo career didn't really kick as mega bucks until 2003. I dropped, Fat Boy dropped. It was a lot of us dropped in 03. You know, a lot of records dropped in 03. It was a lot of, you know, Maul. It was a lot of cats that came out. And all I'm doing this video for is, you know, to shout out to Little Boss, Long Money Foe, all the new wave cats from, you know, from 2000, from what it says, 2020. I guess everybody in the 2018, 17 era to now, go back and do the history. And understand that y'all not the only cats. Frustrations and everything y'all going through, y'all wasn't the only cats going through. Y'all have a better way to get y'all music out there now because y'all have the internet. We didn't have that. We had to travel city to city. We had to buy vinyl. You had to pay DJs. Now you don't really even need a DJ. You need them, but you don't need them. You need platforms like Off the Porch, and we had to get magazines. Like, thank God for magazines like Murder Dog, and Scott Beja, and the cats who really showed underground music love, especially in Carolina. Our mistake was we didn't unify. We didn't get behind each other. Because again, I say, could have been egos or whatever, but everybody wanted to be the king. And I just urge all the new cats from my city and from my state, get behind each other. Shout out to Black Zach in the mid. You know, shout out to, you know, to all the DJs who's actually showing love to the rappers. And I always share music all the time because I want to see somebody make it. I want to see a star, whether I knew you or not. And get it. But you must pay homage to Skip Ski and Double D, R.I.P. to Double D. Mob House Records, R.I.P. to Jimmy Blind. Drew Down. Man, it's so many cats that ain't here. You know, Two-Tone, Low Bucks, all these cats, Low Ammo. There's a lot of cats that, you know, that was putting out quality music. You got the new guys, Russell Money Gang. It's a lot of people, man. It just, I would have to constantly, which I will constantly do these videos, but to get in depth in the history because a lot of people want to know the 263 record story. And I can't tell that without the permission of T-Mac. So I say a lot of things that you heard Cash Money say and a lot of formulated in music and how it was switched. It was very, very, very influenced by Geechee. And understand the power of Geechee. And understand what you could do in the marketing world with Geechee. And understand what this flag and what it means. And if you want to get a flag and learn the history of the culture of Geechee and understand Geechee Gullah, go to Gullah Geechee Angel Network and learn more about the culture, even if you watching this and you ain't from Charleston. Because I mainly did this for the music, and that's Gullah Geechee Angel Network. And learn about the culture and get the flag and see the significance of this flag, the colors and everything, what it means. You know what, research just Charleston rap. But I'm going to probably go reach out to all the rappers in the city who's still breathing, who with us, and just talk to them and let them tell their stories with pictures and videos. Because RIP, my big brother Bump, you know, there's a lot of significant rappers in here that paved the way for the new rappers. Y'all got it a lot easier than we had it. And I'm still saluting y'all because it's hard work. This is not a game, you know. But don't let the hate discourage you. Don't let the big head stop you from working with other artists. Don't let where you from stop you from working with other artists. Keep doing what y'all doing because I appreciate y'all. If nobody else don't say that, I'm going to salute y'all. And y'all keep rapping for the city because that's what made T-Mac shining in big time and one of the biggest selling records in the game. And it's hard to duplicate that because we have artists from every section of the city. And the city embraced that. And it was something new to them. We was repping them. And that's what the city after. They want somebody to represent them. But I'm going to do a part 2 because I got to sit down and really think about writing a list on, you know, who came before who. But anybody who questioned if 263 Records imitated Cash Money, that was never the case. Go back and listen to Cash Money music before 96, 97 and tell me what's the difference from everything after that. And that'll answer your questions, you know. But I love y'all. Be safe. Subscribe to this channel, man. It's your boy Mega Bucks. I'm out of here. Peace.